one of the greatest inventors of all time, Nikola Tesla, the genius who lit the world, once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Say you are listening to the radio in your car and do not like the music that you are hearing. What do? You change the frequency. What many people fail to realize is that we can take charge of our frequencies in the exact same way. We tend to reduce our body's anatomy down to a simplified version that consists of only flesh and blood. But everything on this planet, animals, plants, and water, are made of atoms, which produce, emit, and receive energy, which operates at a specific frequency. Everything, all our tissues, cells, organs, emotions, and thought patterns have their own unique electromagnetic fields, as do allergens, viruses, or bacteria. All things have a frequency, including you, the human body. You always want to be healthy, active, and balanced. That's what makes up 𝗙𝗧𝗘. With a quantum sensor that uses individually determined frequencies to stimulate specific areas of your body. Researchers like Dr. Carolyn McMacken and Nuno Nina have in their clinical practice the effect of tens of thousands of such frequencies studied and tested. The result of these decades of experience is now available to you, 144,000 gold frequencies all day, with an intuitive app that puts the future into your hands. Welcome to 𝗙𝗧𝗘 World. It's not science fiction. It's science.
𝗙𝗧𝗘, the wearable for your well-being, health and fitness. Well-being, vitality, as well as physical and mental health are among the most important things we possess. In order to support you in all these ways, we have developed 𝗙𝗧𝗘. 𝗙𝗧𝗘 is a wearable device. 𝗙𝗧𝗘 applies a range of frequencies and subtle currents that stimulate cell function using electrodes. 𝗙𝗧𝗘 contains 144,000 different frequencies, which have specific effects on humans. These gold frequencies were developed in collaboration with Nuno Nina, a Portuguese therapist and researcher who has used them to treat thousands of patients in his international clinics for over 20 years. Based on these gold frequencies, 𝗙𝗧𝗘 contains more than 100 special sequence programs to support the treatment of various disorders and other areas of life. These programs are called systemic programs in the 𝗙𝗧𝗘 app and are labeled with the abbreviation SYST. The centerpiece of 𝗙𝗧𝗘 is the quantum sensor that individually selects the gold frequencies that are best suited for your needs. The systemic programs are always the first choice for almost any area of application, as they focus on balancing the cause of a condition. This is why these programs are not applied locally, but in most cases in a holistic way, using the bracelet electrodes. The frequencies are designed to energetically affect the entire system in an integrated way via the upper body and its organs, glands, and the nervous system. These programs can have a duration of 45 minutes. Their goal is to stimulate and balance you at deeper levels. So take enough time and rest when you use the 𝗙𝗧𝗘. Your health should be worth it. If you need quick help, 𝗙𝗧𝗘 has a lot of programs for this too. In cases of acute pain, emotional distress, stress, or insomnia, use the acute programs, which are applied via your earlobes. To summarize, you should first apply the systemic programs. If necessary, you can complement these with the acute or local programs. The 𝗙𝗧𝗘 frequency programs should perceivably help you after 20 minutes, whether applied at home, at work, during leisure time, during sports, or on the go. Using 𝗙𝗧𝗘 regularly will let you experience its full potential. We hope that you are going to enjoy your healing and experience increased well-being and vitality.
What we have here is we have a lot of red blood cells that are stacked together in a formation called rouleau, where there's very poor circulation, very poor oxygen CO2 exchange. The red blood cells should be visible and separate like this one right here. Instead, they're stacked up, and there's multiple causes of that, including dehydration, poor digestion of protein, excess carbohydrates in the blood, sugars too high in the blood, and overall a low negative charge in the blood, where the potential, the zeta potential in the cells has been diminished, so the cells just clump. Also, we have a lot of inflammation in the background. So you can see the sort of spider web formation in the background. That's inflammation. That can be caused by injury to the tissues. It can be caused by stress. It can be caused by liver not working properly and filtering the blood. Multiple causes of that too. Here we can see a very small white blood cell, actually. In the case of this blood sample, the person's white blood cells were too small. You can see this one here too. They should be 2 or 3 times the size of the red cells, and they're about maybe 1.5 times the size of a red cell. So they're not in ideal shape. So this is the picture of a sample of blood I looked at within the last week. So after that last sample of blood we looked at, the person did a 1-hour treatment with a frequency device called a 𝗙𝗨𝗘𝗏, which sends microcurrent and specific frequencies into the person's body, and that was 60 minutes. It was on a program called Immune System. So immediately after that treatment, I looked at her blood, and this is what we saw. It was about 50% of the blood improved. So instead of being stacked up, the red blood cells, you can see them here, they're separate. They actually can exchange CO2 for oxygen now. They can actually get the job done, what they need to be done. Interestingly also, her white blood cells were bigger, and the program she ran was Immune System. The white blood cells here, you can see, are about 2 times the size of the red cells. There's another white blood cell, more in the correct size. Some of the inflammation is gone too. The background doesn't have all that spider web type fiber in the background. Let me run the video here a little bit. You can see, overall, the blood is a lot better. I would say it's a good 50% better in terms of the viscosity of the blood. The blood cells are actually moving. They're not all clumped. So essentially what happened is that we increased a lot of negative charge into the blood. And that negative charge helps the cells separate from each other. So they have more of a surface area to get oxygen. And they have a lot more flow and movement of nutrients and energy through her body. And that's what her blood looked like literally 1 hour after the first sample, after she did a 1-hour treatment on Immune System.